we need to be a little bit patient in terms of the meetings between Trump and Putin. In a weird way, the that war in Russia is connected to US India relations because a lot of the current problem from the perspective of Washington is the Indian purchasing of Russian oil, which fuels the war in Ukraine. I think that I'm certainly hoping for some kind of a breakthrough in those conversations. And if so, I believe that that will improve, that'll set the US and India back on the correct course. I'm also paying attention not just to the tariffs, but to the Quad relationship between the US, India, Japan, and Australia. That alliance is seen as very important for counterbalancing against China. Its viability, or at least its strength, has been cast in doubt by this turn for the worse in US India relations, as well as the conflict between US and Japan. But, the China threat isn't going away. And the United States, especially under this administration, sees China as a threat that needs to be contained. And that is going to require the US to mend relations with allies in the Indo-Pacific region. And so, in that sense, I have to be optimistic moving forward. And on top of that, we live in a globalized world. And if something's bad for the Indian economy, it's also not good for the US economy. I do not see, the global economic system in zero-sum terms. And so it is actually in the US interest for Indian economic growth to continue apace. That is a very basic concept, which I think is poorly understood by elements within the Trump administration, which sometimes go by, this concept of America first. They think America could essentially seal itself off from the rest of the world, become more economically independent, or constantly push for asymmetry